5 styles of crafters. So the first one is the collaborator. The collaborator is inspired and motivated by seeing and crafting with others, whether it's in person or virtually, not dissimilarly from what we're doing right now, and sharing and displaying their finished projects. And collaborators are most challenged by finding people to share their crafts with freely, whom they feel comfortable with, and they'll feel blocked from making things if there is no one to share them with, or they're not getting the kind of feedback that they need. So the collaborator is the thumb, because we're often craving thumbs up, right? We're looking for feedback, especially positive feedback, and it's a big deal to us. It really, really inspires us. All right, the next style is the fact finder. So the fact finder is fueled by information. This crafter loves to learn and research all of the aspects of a project before they will ever begin. They want to be fully prepared to do their projects. But fact finders are challenged by getting enough information to feel confident to start their projects in the first place, and may just keep seeking and looking without ever beginning. And the fact finder, in my opinion, is the most like the index finger, because we're always hunting and pecking for information, using our devices, our tablets to seek things out. The next style is the perfectionist. So the perfectionist is motivated by the desire to do better. These crafters crave perfection, or as close as they can get to it, or they want to create something that really stands out from the crowd. It's got to really wow and amaze people, or it's just not good enough for them to do. Perfectionists are challenged by wanting everything they do to be perfect or amazing, and they may feel blocked by normal mistakes that everybody makes, or the fear of failing. Now get ready for this one. Everyone can guess what the next finger is. And I'm doing it really politely here, showing you this way. So the perfectionist is the middle finger, showing contempt for errors and mistakes. And I've decided that from now on, I'm calling this the perfectionist finger. All right, the next style is the trend seeker. The trend seeker is inspired by beautiful things that they see others making. These crafters want to learn and try new things and techniques and create that amazing Pinterest project they saw, or that gorgeous photo they saw on Facebook, or something they saw in a movie, TV, at their friend's house, whatever it is, right? Trend seekers are challenged by finding things that motivate and push them to actually make things. And they're always seeking for that new thing that will inspire them to take action. And it's not uncommon for a trend seeker to go from project to project, getting distracted by the next shiny new thing that tempts them away. And they often will not finish, sometimes not even start. The trend seeker is most like the ring finger, because they're inspired by passion and love for something. And this one is a hard one to show because our fingers don't want to bend this way. But the idea is that, so this is our ring finger, right? I'm doing my best, the ring finger. So the ancient Romans believed that there was a vein that ran from your ring finger directly to your heart. And that's, by the way, why we put our rings on that finger. So that's our trend seeker. The fifth style is the collector. These crafters love to collect patterns, tutorials, supplies, and tools. And they love to have what they need on hand. They're always kind of stockpiling all the stuff. They may even be motivated to use these things in projects. The collector is challenged by the compelling need to use the things that they have right now, and they feel blocked when they don't have all the things they need to even start a project, right? I believe the collector is most like the pinky. And the reason why is because when I go to Joann's or Michael's and I have all those lovely plastic bags they give me, and I'm trying to haul them in from the car to the house, I like to get them all in one trip. Can you relate to that? And so I will use all of my fingers to get all of them in, including my pinky, just so I don't have to go out and make one more trip. So that is the collector. All right, which one are you? Which one of these 5 do you identify with the most? Many of us will identify with more than one type. Others will really hone in on one. I want you to think about which one seems the strongest to you, because that's going to be your go-to one. And because right now I'm going to go through some solutions for you. So when you feel stuck and you're not creating things and making things the way that you really want to or need to, I want you to think about this thing that you identify with and then my solution. Knowing your type is really going to help you overcome your challenges. All right, so the first one is the collaborator. When you feel challenged and blocked, I want you to find others like you. So it could be in person or it could be online, and that's really important. Join a group, enroll in a class, call up a friend or a family member, participate in a craft-along. We have craft-alongs in person and online. Share your in-process and finished crafts and projects frequently. The fact finder. When you feel challenged and blocked, remember that you could spend forever, literally, looking for details and information and never find it all. This is not a never-ending process, and you can get stuck here if you just keep collecting knowledge and information and patterns and materials and all those things. So instead of continuing to research, you need to get yourself out of that phase, and you just got to start. And I recommend you start small, because the reason that we seek facts is because we're feeling insecure and not confident in our ability to do something. The next one is the perfectionist. So when you're feeling challenged and blocked as a perfectionist, I need you to make this your mantra. This is mine. Progress over perfection. Say that to yourself over and over every time you hear that little inner voice telling you, this is not good enough, I can't do this, this is too hard, this looks terrible. Every time you hear that, you need to tell yourself that what matters is not actually the finished project, and that it's almost likely you're being way too hard on yourself. And so for the trend seeker, when you're feeling challenged and blocked, I want you to pick a project and commit to finishing it before you move on to the next one. So this requires discipline, but I think it's important because it's so easy to just go from thing to thing to thing without actually making any of those things. And you end up feeling unfulfilled and unsatisfied, and it's bad. So the way that I do this, and in fact, I'm doing it right now, is I keep my project out, the one that I was working on, and I don't allow myself to start a new project until it's finished. So right now I have one sitting over there on my desk, waiting for me to finish it, and it will stay there until I finish it, because and then I can't use my desk. So it works really well for me because I will do this too. And the last one I got some help with, especially from my partner Greg, who is most definitely a collector. He loves to paint miniatures, and I think he has every color of paint, like 10 times. Like there's so much paint, so many miniatures. This is what he does. He totally admits to doing this. So I asked him, what does he do when he is just not making things and is just stuck collecting things? And he says that he uses external motivation to get him out of this like feeling of, I'm just going to get all this stuff together. So he'll make gifts for people. He signs up for conferences, like wargaming conferences, because that's what he does. He just like helps people make things. Like he gets involved with them, and when he's committed by that external motivation, it makes all the difference in the world for him. And then it's awesome that he has all these supplies, because now he's got everything he needs. So this is what I recommend. If you're stuck, make something for a friend or a family member, or teach someone how to do something. If ever you want to learn more about your craft and actually become more motivated and inspired to do it, teaching will get you there. Definitely. I can attest to that. All right. So those are the 4 styles, but all of us, all 5 styles of crafters can get stuck in the comfort zone. When I just stay here in my comfort zone, I'm not learning new skills or new techniques or trying out new stuff or doing the things that scare me and allow me to grow. So we have to get ourselves out of those places in order to increase our creativity and our ability to make stuff. So I have a bunch of tips for you on how you can do that. So the first is to be all thumbs, right? Be all thumbs. So I want you to switch up your routine and try something new and different, like a new way of making something that you already know how to make, or trying something that you're not good at doing. Just get into it, allow yourself to get messy and make mistakes and see what happens. The next one is to find your trigger finger. And by that, I mean do something totally unexpected without any reason. Just go crazy. Do that big, audacious project that you've always wanted to do. The next one is to get into the middle of it. So that is our perfectionist finger. So I want you to dive right in without lots of prep and improvise as you go. It is really fun and it's surprisingly creative when you just do it. For example, you're working on a project, you haven't really got all your ducks in a row, you're just going with it, and you realize that you don't have a tool or a supply you need. You improvise instead, and you can discover new ways of doing things. And as a result, you feel really good about it because you came up with it and you didn't just follow like something that someone said. It feels great to do that. And the fourth one is our ring finger, which is this one. It's going to show you my ring finger. This is to ring your bell. So do that wildly crazy project that you've always thought was beyond your abilities to do. You will be surprised at what you can do. So agree to do something for someone, maybe even something that you wouldn't normally make, or a person that you wouldn't normally help, or something. Just say, I will do this. I will help you with this. I've done this many times because I love to help. And then I'll say, I'll do it. And then I realize maybe I don't actually know how to do this thing, but I'm going to do it. I believe strongly that my word is my bond. So I'm going to figure it out. And I will even do that on purpose sometimes, just to get myself out of my comfort zone and figuring out how to do this, because I won't go back on my word. So if you're like that, it can be a really great way to push yourself out and to do new things. And last but not least, get a helping hand, right? So that's what really this is about. Find someone or something that can help you learn to do the thing that you really want to do. When we have guidance, when we use the help that, like when someone has figured this out and is showing us how to do it, it can be a lot easier. The barrier to entry is reduced.